I just had my heart start racing for a second because I thought I was doing a one-take video like I did last time. And that was the most nerve-wracking thing where I wasn't allowed to edit any of it out. Luckily, I get to edit this one. But if you didn't see that, I will link it up in the eye and down below. It was the last video I put up and it was so much fun to do, but it was genuinely so nerve-wracking. But I'm glad you enjoyed my unedited self. So hi, welcome. My name is Jessica. If you've never been here before, if you've never seen any of my videos, I do 3 videos a week, beauty, lifestyle, home, all of it. Today, we're gonna be touching on all of that stuff because it is time for my monthly favorites and fails. I do these every single month. We talk about beauty, skincare, hair care, food, household things, fashion. I've got a purse, some headbands to talk about. I also have a few fails today that we'll talk about. All of the information you might need to know is down below. I hope you'll subscribe if you enjoy me or this channel or whatever, or you want to watch more. I would love to have you join our little family here. And other than that, let's get into it. So I did my brows lighter than normal. What are our thoughts? This is where I struggle. And I mentioned in that last video, my dad said, Jess, I'd love if you did your brows lighter. And I was like, that's the thing I'm most sensitive about. So I tried it lighter. And the thing is, in person, I don't hate it. But it definitely, like, especially like sitting down to film, and this is my natural hair color and my natural brows are crazy light. I don't know. Maybe it'll just be a day-by-day thing. Maybe I'll just switch it up. So let's start with beauty because I know a lot of you guys are curious about that. My favorites, I just have a handful. My absolute favorite, I'm wearing it today, is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation, but this is the Dewy version. It is a brand new version they launched. I haven't felt this strongly about a straight up foundation in a while, so I'm just so excited. It's dewy, but not overly dewy. So I think even if you have slightly oily skin, this might not bother you if you still like that kind of dewy look, because it's not like the Josie Marin Vibrancy one I tried recently. I am loving that, but it's definitely like a lot dewier. This is right in the middle. I filmed a clip earlier today when I was getting ready so you can see just this foundation on with nothing else. So figured I'd pop on real fast and show you what this foundation looks like with no other makeup on. I don't even have Pinocchio right now. I don't have concealer on, nothing. Just this dewy foundation. And I just think it is naturally such a pretty finish. I do think you need to kind of set it with a powder in at least your T-zone. If you're like me, kind of normal skin. I lean dry, but more normal. Sorry, I'm eating lunch as well right now, so I have like lunch in my teeth. Good time to film, Jess. It's just so pretty. Excuse me, Soar. You are disturbing my filming. You said I could smell that there was lunch up here, what? So I'm loving it. I think the price point is great. I would say it's got medium coverage. If you don't have a lot to cover, I think you'll really, really like this. If you have a lot of things to cover, I think you can build it up, but it's never gonna be the absolute like thick, full coverage if that's what you like. So it's kind of the perfect everyday foundation for me. I'm enjoying it. I've been using it for probably over a month now, and it's one of those I can't stop using it. You know what I mean? Like every time I see it, I'm like, oh, I want to use that today. Like it's just so good. The packaging is kind of interesting because it's got the paddle. I actually don't mind it. At first I was like, oh, I don't know. But I like to just kind of paint it on my face and then blend it with my sponge, and it's kind of easy. So I know that grosses some people out. Do what you want with it. I love it. I did see a message from one of you guys saying you found a pump that fits this just right. So if you would rather have a pump, there you go. All right, another Wet n Wild. This is wild. The Walking on Eggshells little eyeshadow quad. This I recently put back in my stash and I can't stop using. I've been wearing it so much the past few weeks. So I was like, really, Jess, have you been using it enough to make it a favorite? But then I thought, well, I've liked this for years, so I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I'm just rediscovering it. It's such a pretty quad. And so I do have a clip of me wearing just this, no liner, no mascara, so you can see what it looks like. I mean, it's just a basic quad, but for me, like these colors blend so easily together, and especially once I have like liner, mascara, etc. on, I just think they're so easy to work with. It reminds me in a lot of ways of the Charlotte Tilbury little quad that I love, the Pillow Talk one. They're not exactly the same, but a very, very similar vibe. And if I only had one or the other, the look in the end is very, very similar. I just think it's a good mix of colors. It's good quality. I will say this dark color is not as dark as you think. So I'm wearing everything but the white shade on my eyes. And so I have that dark brown in the outer corner. It's the level of darkness I like, but I know if you're like really needing a darker color, that might not provide what you want for that.
But I like it. You can't screw it up. You don't have to be a makeup artist to make all of this blend together really nicely. And I think it used to be that it was a trio and it was basically those 3 colors. But this addition of the matte little like transition shades they added to their quads was fantastic because it just makes blending it so much more seamless. And I've had a lot of questions because I mentioned in the Daylight clip that it reminds me of the Charlotte Tilbury quad I love. I have had a lot of questions. I did buy the Darling palette from Charlotte Tilbury, which is like 5 or 6 shades. You will hear my thoughts on that and a lot of other products I've tried in a speed review video, which I'm doing next week, so stay tuned. I've tried like a good amount of products this month and I've got some strong feelings both ways about everything. Another favorite that's for the eyes I've loved for a while and I'm worried it's going to be discontinued. I don't know that it has been, but you can only find it in a few places. So I would say if you've been interested in this, go buy it now. It'll last you forever. It's the L'Oreal Chromatic Bronze Pigment. The shade is As If. This is just this gorgeous wash of shimmer and glitter, but you don't get fallout all over your face. You can put it on top of any color. Let me show you what it looks like in daylight.
So I put the L'Oreal pigment on this eye and not on this eye, just so you guys can see how it catches the light so beautifully. You can put it on any color shadow and it's kind of see-through. So it's just this gorgeous wash of like glitter. It doesn't get all over your face. I usually tap my finger into it and then blow it off and then tap it on. You don't need to use it wet. You don't need to use a brush. It's just gorgeous.
So as you can see, it's just so simple. I feel like this is one of those products that like tonight we're going to a play. And so I thought, well, as I'm getting ready today, I would love to just be done and ready for the day. And then if I want to throw on maybe a little bit more of a pop and highlighter or like a brighter lip color, I can do that before we go. So my eyes, I just wanted to do and I'm done with. So I thought, well, I'll put this shimmer on top. And it's just one of those things that it's so delicate. Maybe that's the best term. Oh, I love it. It's delicate. It's so delicate though. And I just tap it on and when the light hits it just right, it is so beautiful, but it's not overwhelming. I would have worn this to work when I was teaching. I don't think I owned it yet. Maybe I did. Regardless, it's just so delicate. That's it. They should call these delicate shimmer pigments because they're just so freaking pretty. Another beauty favorite is the gloss I'm wearing today. This is the Fenty Beauty Fussy Gloss. This has been in my purse for a while now, and we're going to actually talk about my purse in a second. So I had to go down and get it when I got said purse. Okay, I need another sip of coffee. Side note, this mug, I'm pretty sure an online friend of mine, Jen, sent me this. Jen, correct me if I'm wrong. I love this mug. This, I think I love more than I know I love more than the original shade of the Fenty gloss. Now they have other shades too, and they have like a sheer one, but I like the pink tone of this. I am wearing it with the MAC lip liner in Soar, and it's a deeper color, so I do feel like it finishes it off, but I wear this alone constantly. It's a really pretty sheer pink, but it's not Barbie pink or anything like that. It's right in between. It smells good. If you're someone that has pigmented lips, I think you'll really like this because sometimes glosses that have a pink tint to it, if your lips are pigmented like mine are, they don't look right. But this is one of the few pink ones that do. They look really nice. So just as an FYI. I know I need to put together a video of like lipsticks that are pretty on more pigmented lips because I've had a few of you guys request that and I certainly have. It's like a weird specific struggle. All right, let me go into some of the beauty fails and then we'll get into all of the rest. I've got some hair care favorites and toothpaste favorite. Oh yeah, we're talking about all the juicy stuff. Okay, a product I'm sad to not like. I mentioned this, I think, in a recent Day in the Life vlog I did. The Maybelline Dream Urban Cover. I know so many people love this. Some of my favorite YouTubers and YouTuber friends love it. It just doesn't quite work for me and I can't decide if it's the shade match because this is definitely a little too light for me. I have it in 102, but it's supposed to be full coverage, more of a makeup. When I was trying it, I thought, oh, it'll be more like a BB cream. It's really not. It's supposed to be a makeup, but it's got SPF of 50, which I think is fantastic. I think the packaging is so pretty. I don't know. I felt like I couldn't get it to sink in. So then I would try to use less, but then it just didn't look good on my skin. So I don't know what other people are doing to love this. If you do love this, please tell me how you're making it work. Do you have a shade recommendation for me? Maybe you normally match me and you tried a different one and it works. Also let me know that. I don't know if I want to sink more money into it and like buy another one just to have it wrong. And I can't get samples of like drugstore ones. So I don't know what the answer is, but I wasn't loving it. Honestly, if you're just looking for something new at the drugstore, you know what I'm going to say, go for the Dewy foundation from Wet n Wild. What YouTuber was I watching the other day that said who was it? But how weird of a name it is. Like, we've We all say and hear and read the word Wet n Wild all the time, the brand name, but we don't really think about what a weird brand name that actually is. What are they talking about? Another unfavorite, and it's kind of, I don't know, it's this Arches and Halos brow pomade. I actually really liked it the first few times I tried it, and the shade match was pretty good for me. Neutral brown. It dried up so fast, and I never leave this open. It just cracked, and then I tried, I've been like digging my brush in there. One of you guys recommended, I think, like putting some kind of oil in it and mixing it. Honestly, I'm kind of at the point where I'm like, I don't use pomades a ton anyway, although I did today use, I found what I thought I decluttered, the Anastasia Dip Brow. I found it in my little basket of makeup over there, and I was like, I thought I got rid of this. I'm like, sweet. So I tried the Ash Brown really lightly, and that's what you are seeing on my brows today. I think I'm just going to call it on this, but I was pretty bummed about that. It's one of those random brands Target is now selling. I think they're still selling. And okay, this is a meh. It's hardly a fail because I do like this, but I'm realizing more and more, this is the Nude Sticks Bondi Bay. What just happened to me? I like the shade. I think it's cool that it has this tiny brush. I don't use a lot, but again, in a pinch, it's kind of nice to have. But this is just that little bit harder to blend when I compare this to the Milk Makeup Baked Stick and when I compare it to the Wet n Wild Contour Stick in Oaks on You. Both of those are just so much easier, and so I'm finding myself reaching for those over and over again, and really, I'm also mostly reaching for my Charlotte Tilbury Contour Wand. That is my favorite. But then when I tried this, the past few weeks, I tried it a few times, and it's just harder to work with. So I don't know if it's because mine's getting older. It's not crazy old, but I've definitely probably had it hitting on a year now, you know? So it's getting older. Is there like a month thing on it? 12 months. But again, I'm like, I feel like it might have been slightly easier to blend when I first got it, but I don't think it's dried out. I just don't think it's as creamy as the others. So keeping that in mind, if you like more of a harder cream, I don't think anyone likes that. So I think if you're wanting to dip your toe in the waters of cream bronzers, try one of the other three I just mentioned and maybe not this one. I do like it, but I hope I explained myself well enough. So it's not a total fail. Let's talk toothpaste, the moment you guys have been waiting for. I have not found a toothpaste recently that I'm like, wow, but this one I was like, wow. The Crest 3D Stain Eraser. You gotta get the 3D white, but it's the stain eraser. Because I have Invisalign, I feel like if anything ever gets in them, like if I drink coffee through a straw for a reason, because I don't want to stain them. I change the trays every week. It's been going great. I'm hitting on 6 weeks or 6 months now. But every once in a while, I think if something gets into them somehow and it's sitting against my teeth for an hour or two, like coffee or tea, I was noticing a little bit of staining like there and there. My teeth just weren't looking as white as normal. And I'm like, man. Then I found this. I am telling you, within days, all of those coffee and tea stains were gone. And I've been using this as the second tube of it I've had. I just feel like they're as white as they were before. And I'm really liking it. You know, find a coupon. They always have coupons. Because I think this is a slightly newer tooth. I don't know if that is, but I'm really enjoying it. Hair favorites. Okay, you guys know I love the Shea Moisture Detangler, the like coconut and hibiscus, marshmallow, whatever it's called. Love that one. This one was a little bit more expensive and I got it in a FabFitFun box and it's their Dry Bar Prep Rally Detangler. I really like it. It smells so good too and it works really, really well. This almost has this mint smell to it that I really like. I can't explain it. I've been using a shampoo and conditioner that I actually am doing a sponsored post for in a while, but I've been using it for a hot minute and I am loving it. My hair is like silkier than it's ever been and I feel like I'm supposed to get my hair cut in a few weeks and I'm thinking about postponing it because my ends are healthier than they were and I'm like, oh my gosh. So you'll hear about it soon. I'm very excited about it. But regardless, I haven't had to use the detangler as much, so I'm going through it a little less quickly. But I'm just really enjoying this. I still like the Shea Moisture. I already have another one of that, so I'll probably just kind of switch back and forth, like if I find this on sale, but I definitely really am enjoying it. Like that plus a detangling brush, I'm just like flying through tangles. It's quite a ride. A question I have gotten so much are where I got these headbands. Amazon, you guys. It was actually a 6-pack, but these are the 3 I like. The other 3 that came in it, I actually have worn a couple times, but I just wear these more. Because they're just so trendy with the little like knot on the top and then the pearls. I could see myself buying more of these kinds of headbands, but maybe without the pearls too, so I can wear them more often. Because like even for today, I thought about wearing like this cream one, but then I was like, well, I've got a lot, like I already have a pattern going on. Do I really want to throw like another kind of pattern with it? It still kind of works though. I just think these are so cute. I love this trend. And it's such an easy thing to throw in your hair, especially like for me, if it's like second day hair, it's a great time to use these. So let me know if you have any favorites with the knot on like Amazon or somewhere that you've gotten for pretty cheap. I love them. I think these 3 colors match a lot. I think I've worn all of them. So my purse, it was a birthday present. This is what I asked for my birthday. My husband got me, and it's from the brand Low & Sons. And I almost featured this in my trying Instagram and Facebook ads video that I put up recently. I can link above and below. So much fun. I tried so many things and fell in love with some stuff, and some stuff was awful. But it's those ads we always see, you know what I mean? That you've always been like curious, like, So it was really fun to do. And this is one that I was suckered in by an ad. And it's an expensive purse, y'all. I don't know that I've ever owned a purse that's expensive, but regardless, I fell in love with the simplicity of it. It was really well made. I loved the size. And I loved that it had a couple of compartments. A lot of the purses I had were a little bit smaller than this, and they didn't have the different bits of organization that I kind of wanted so that I could actually find things in my purse. So if you ever wanted me to do a tour of the... a tour. What a word for a purse. If you ever want to do like another what's in my bag, I would love to show you what's in here. But for now, I figure I'll just show you the bag. But I love that it's got the 2 different compartments here, and then you can open this and snap it back shut. You can make this crossbody. I actually wear it just on one shoulder, and it kind of hits like at the waist, you know what I mean? Don't judge that I'm just wearing leggings and then a cute top. I just love it. It's one of those investment things. They have different colors, obviously, but if you were wanting a new purse and maybe you're gonna ask for it for a gift, or if you want a gift card to put towards it, whatever, I really like it. And I get a weird amount of compliments on such a simple bag. It's so weird. Okay, food favorite. And then I've got a kitchen favorite too. This peanut butter. Why am I talking about peanut butter? I can't get through this part without laughing. I don't know why, but I genuinely love this peanut butter. So we've been getting back into Weight Watchers a bit, just to we figure for a few months we're gonna do it, just to kind of watch what we're eating, but we're not being super strict about it. And so I wanted to find a peanut butter that was a few less points, because peanut butter's a lot of points on Weight Watchers, and you only get a certain amount of points to use during the day. So I found this Jif Whips. I was literally with my Weight Watchers app scanning like every peanut butter. I was in that aisle for like 15 minutes. I'm sure security was like watching me, the peanut butter thief. I found this and it was 1 point less than pretty much everything I scanned. So I'm like, all right, we'll try it. And Genevieve eats peanut butter too. This peanut butter is great. It tastes like normal peanut butter, but it's whipped. And so it's easy to spread. Not that peanut butter's like hard to spread, but it's like even easier. And I'm just like a sucker for whipped anything. I don't know why. I love it. Had to recommend. And one thing I was talking to a friend about recently was, why are peanut butter jars not all in something like this? Like, why are they all in tall things where you got to get peanut butter all over your knuckles to get like down to the bottom of it? Like, this makes way more sense. So I'll insert a clip of the peanut butter in the daylight for you guys to see what it looks like. Anyway, okay, kitchen favorite. Don't make fun of me. I think I got this at the Dollar Tree. That's not why you're gonna make fun of me, but don't make fun of this favorite, okay? This little microwave shield, when you're heating things up, has been a godsend. It's one of those things that I told Tyler a few months ago. We were kind of reorganizing parts of our kitchen, and I was like, I need this to be just within reach, because when I use this, every time I forget to put something on top of like a bowl of leftovers I'm heating up or whatever, it splatters all over the microwave. But when this is within reach, I just set it on top. There's little vented holes on there. And then if anything splatters, you can just easily clean this out in the sink. But really, this is one of those things I usually don't have to clean out more than like once a month, if even that. And so it's such a simple invention, but it saves me so much time and annoyance and a dirty microwave. And so if you've never heard of these for some reason, you're welcome. I'll find one to link. I'm sure I can't find the Dollar Tree one, but I'm sure they're like a couple bucks on Amazon. Fantastic. I had never heard of them until, I want to say, when Tyler and I first started dating, going to his house, his parents' house, and seeing that they used something like this. And I was like, what is that? Like, I'd never heard of it. It was mind-blowing. Book-wise, I'm still reading Game of Thrones. I'm on the second book. As I told a lot of people in my real life, like, we'll talk about books, and I'm like, there are people that liked Game of Thrones, and they're like, well, I just figured it'd be kind of harder to read. I'm like, it is weirdly easy to read. I don't normally read like that kind of fantasy genre, but it's weirdly easy to read. It doesn't read like a lot of other books. Like, I thought it would read like Lord of the Rings and that kind of thing, and I'm not really into that. So it just took me by surprise. So I'm reading it really pretty quickly considering the size of these books. But I'm kind of at a point where like once I finish the second book, I think I'm going to take a break from that series and read some other stuff because I've got some other funny books I want to read. I really want to read the book Where the Crawdads Sing, I've heard is really good. So that one's kind of high on my list. I have like an Amy Schumer book she wrote a few years ago that I bought with a gift card that I still haven't read. And I know that's like a funny book that I'm sure I'll read in like 3 days. So I think that's everything I wanted to talk about. I hope you enjoyed this style of video. I love doing my monthly favorites. It's one of those old school YouTube videos that I've never let go of because I've always enjoyed them. I think it's fun and I seem to always have a few things to talk about anyways. Again, if you did enjoy this style of video, let me know by giving it a thumbs up. Please subscribe. It helps me so much and I love seeing that the number, I can kind of see in my data in the background like how many people are watching certain videos that are subscribed to me and how many are watching it that aren't. If you're not subscribed but you tend to click on my videos, maybe you're not totally new here, I'd love if you subscribed. It helps me out too. And of course it helps you find my videos easier if you're already looking for them. I don't know, maybe you're not looking for them. YouTube keeps suggesting, you're like, who is this girl? Anyway, other than that, I would love to say hi to you on social media. It is at It's Jessica Braun everywhere. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.